Help make John Dunsworth a Canadian bestseller. Check out his book at dickshitnary.com. That's DICSHITNARY.com. You can buy a real paper book and an ebook, all at dickshitnary.com, and support a great Canadian talent. And now, enjoy the interview. I'm here with the legendary Canadian actor, Mr. John Dunsworth. How you doing, sir?
Legendary.
That's you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do you own it? Do you feel legendary?
No.
Why not?
Sum total of my upbringing, and I always felt I was brought up Catholic, so ingrained in my soul is this, this Catholic guilt.
Okay. About what you do?
About just being alive, killing Christ.
Anything you do?
Yeah, and that's there. So I stay busy and I do my best. As the older you get, the more you're concerned about trying to be, a upstanding member of the community.
Right.
And try not to tell lies and try to do good stuff.
Do you feel guilty about the show at all, or is it to you, is it just acting?
Sometimes I'm a little embarrassed, depending. I mean, if somebody came that I really respected and said, "John, you're a prostitute, you're a bastard, you're diminishing yourself. This is debasing you, who you are," then I probably feel guilty. Mm-hmm. But as my brother Jeff says, I feel real bad. Feelings gone. And there's so much love coming from the fans that a few detractors don't really. Mm-hmm. Just for the moment you go, "Oh, gee, I'd like everybody in the world to love me," but know how impossible that is.
Oh yeah, I can tell you from personal experience. Online, when you post things on a public forum, you can get a wide variety of opinions. So it just depends, right? Yeah. But I find that the Trailer Park Boys, they get a huge amount of love worldwide. Do you feel like that's crossed over into other countries now, or is it more specifically in Canada?
I'm not really up on numbers.
Okay.
But I know that last year I went over to Europe, and people, most of them would be from North America, but in Reykjavik I'm recognized, in Rome I'm recognized, and at one point it was Randy and I would be traveling around Canada, and everywhere we would go people would stop, but it's becoming a worldwide phenomenon. I mean, that's because a lot of people are going to Asia to teach, and they take them there, and people go and they fight in Afghanistan, and they take the DVDs and share them around, But I don't know how much of a hit it is with non-Canadian, non-American people abroad. I know that there's some. I have friends on Facebook that are from Holland, and, a lot of Brits. Oh, yeah, a lot. We did a tour in Scotland, Ireland, and Britain, and it was amazing.
It's a worldwide thing, and it's so crazy because I feel like the show, it gets some flack, as you said, but pretty much what it is below all the dope, all the liquor, there's like a message of friendship. And first of all, why does Lahey keep trying to break up that friendship of Ricky, Julian, and Bubbles? Why is that so important to Lahey?
Well, I think it was the liquor.
It was the liquor.
Yeah, I think it was the liquor. I think there's a certain... I mean, how old are you, 18, 17?
16.
16. Well, when you're 21, you're pretty smart now, but when you're 21, you're going to be at the top of your game intellectually, or capacity-wise, maybe not intellect. But if you take that and then you really frig it up with dope and booze, pretty soon you're going to diminish your capacity. And I think booze does that, and I think that some people, like Jim Lahey, who I haven't really delved into his psyche deeply, to be perfectly honest with you, because I don't think he has any real depth.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of young people nowadays, all they care about is getting drunk and getting laid, They do. That's it. And, I don't know, a lot of them won't grow out of it. They'll just the rest of their lives. And a lot of people say, "Oh, man, I can drink you under the table, Mr. Lahey." And I go, well, that'd probably be pretty easy because I don't drink.
Yeah.
And
not much of a challenge.
Yes. So some of them say, "You don't drink? Are you serious?" And I go, "Yeah." And they say, "Man, loss of respect." So those are shit apples, and they'll always be shit apples.
I actually hear some shit winds blowing right now. I don't know.
Well, I don't think. No, we're in Edmonton, and shit winds only. Well, do you get shit nooks here? Can you see the mountains?
Mostly in Calgary, you see the
Yeah,
mountains.
I
Not
know.
really from here.
Yeah, it's true.
You've traveled Canada, right? Like you've traveled all over the world with this show.
British Isles and Canada and the U.S.
Okay. Where do you think is? I know we talked about countries, but in terms of cities, where do you think the Trailer Park Boys get the best reception?
No idea.
Yeah, I think here's pretty good because you guys have a sold out show tonight.
Oh, Canada's great. I mean, anywhere we go in Canada. Ra- the biggest city would have the most response. Maybe not New York. I'm not sure, but we were in Denver, sold out. And we were Chicago, 3,500 people.
Yeah.
I bet you we could have sold it out twice. And why? Well, I mean, how have we captured the imagination of people who, there's so many things to distract nowadays. You got your gamers and your computer games, and you got your rock fanatics and your heavy metal fanatics.
That's me.
What?
I'm a huge rock and metal fan,
Yeah?
but I still love the boys.
Yeah. Isn't it amazing? But see, we cross so many lines. We have kids 10 years old who watch the show, and people who are 90 years old watch the show. And there's Christians, and I don't know how many Muslims would watch the show. Maybe we should do a special.
That's debatable.
I don't know.
What are the craziest requests that you get from fans when you see them out and about? Is it like chugging a bottle of liquor or what?
Well, he usually starts like, "Hey, I'm really pleased to meet you. Could you do me a favor?" And sure. My brother really likes you. Could you make a video? Right. And then next step is, have you got any tickets for tonight?
No.
What kind of merch can you give me?
Really?
Well, those are the craziest.
Wow.
The best ones are ones that I can interact with and talk to them. Say, hey, what kind of work do you do? And then they say, oh, I do drywalling. And I say, oh yeah, you like doing that? Oh yeah. What are you saving your money? You bet. And talk to them about what they're, who they are. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
I hate it when people say, "Hey, Mr. Lahey, who's the pitcher? Who's the catcher? Is it you or Randy?
Where's
how
Randy?
many cheeseburgers can that gut hold?
How
Hey,
drunk are you right now?
yeah, guess what? I'm an actor.
Yeah.
I'm not Mr. Lahey.
But it's funny because I noticed you called Pat Randy earlier. Is
Yeah.
it hard to, because you guys, you look the exact same. I mean, is it hard to, I guess for the fans really to separate it?
Yeah.
To realize you're actually human beings.
Well, see, the sad thing is half the time I call Bubbles and not Mike Smith. I do. It's just, and it's an easy crossover, and I'm sure they don't mind.
Yeah.
But when I'm on the set for Haven, if I call one of the actors by their acting name, sometimes they take offense to it. Okay. But I don't mean by their actor, I mean by their role names.
Right.
Yeah.
Like their character.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Yeah,
So speaking of characters,
Yeah.
you think I could have a quick word with Mr. Lahey?
certainly.
Okay.
Mr. Lahey, is this you talking or the liquor? Randy. I am the liquor.
I'm coming down off a couple of days of heavy drinking, and knock, knock.
Who's there?
Juno.
Do you know who?
Do you know where I can get a little drinky poo right here?
I don't know. I thought I saw a liquor store close by.
Yeah. Randy and I are not getting along that well lately.
Oh yeah, what happened?
Well, he's more interested in having a relationship with. Like he and the boys were always close. I mean, they used to beat him up when he was a kid. They did terrible things to him, but he's always trying to ingratiate himself with them, right? And our relationship sometimes takes second fiddle to the boy. I mean, he always says, "I love you, Mr. Lahey," but I don't think that love goes as deep as his love for the boys.
It's been established that he has a really big thing for Julie, and how does that make you feel?
Well, how do you think it makes me feel?
Do you drink a lot when he goes to see Julian?
Listen, I don't drink a lot at all.
Oh, no, you're not drunk now.
I don't know, but I'm prepared. No, I mean, after you drink a certain amount, doesn't matter what you do, people just consider you as a drunk. Even if you're sober as a church, you still stagger. Why? Because you atrophy all your giggle gaggles. That's the truth. And I want to tell you something about global warming.
Okay.
A lot of people think the biomass of the insects are like 10 times bigger than the biomass of the human beings, right?
Okay,
So,
okay.
All we have to do is figure out a way to stop up the little rectums of the biomass insects, because then we get rid of all the you know, the methane shit sect methane. That's
Exactly what I was thinking, actually.
I can for sure, like I was saying, I can't get a lot of sick off, all right? Nobody can tell. Nobody knows.
Nobody.
Now, I'm going to tell something to your audio radios that is very important.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, now this is 68 years old. This is a wisdom gained over the years, okay?
All right.
Well, yeah, have to realize most of... Oh, look, there's a microphone.
Yeah.
All right.
There's one in your hand.
Okay, what were you saying?
My last question for you, Lahey. What do you say is your favorite type of liquor?
Something exotic, a sip. I mean, if someone gives me a shooter, I'll sip it.
Okay.
And why would you take a shooter? You know, some of it doesn't taste very good. Like what's the name of the ones that?
Like a shot.
Yeah. What name one of the most popular ones?
Jack Daniels.
No.
Jaeger.
Jägermeister.
Jaeger, yeah.
It
Jaeger
tastes
bombs.
Tastes like shit.
Yeah. Well,
So
I mean,
that's
I
why they
wouldn't
down
know.
it. That's why they go, because I'm tough. Oh, give me another one. I'm going to down 6 of them in a row. Then I'm going to act like an asshole. Then
Jaeger
I'm going to
bomb.
forget everything, drive my car home, and kill Bobby Brown on his way to church.
That sounds a lot of my friends actually sound just like that.
No, they don't. They're not your friends. You wouldn't
Yeah, that's
hang
right.
around with shit weasels, would you?
No.
If someone gives me a shooter, I will just dip my tongue in it and just taste it and enjoy it.
Okay.
Because to me, alcohol should be enjoyed. Anyone who goes and guzzles 6 or 8 beer immediately to get their stone on, and then find their perfect spot, and then keep going, and they're idiots.
Yeah, that's true. So I'm going to tell the shit weasels over in Nova Scotia, Matt, Greg, Lexi, Andrew. You heard it from Mr. Dunsworth himself. Don't be a shit weasel.
Here's the thing. In modicum ecus terribus Dei. Don't push anything too far. If you have repetitive action that is non-rewarding, like video games that you don't get any better at, right? Put it aside, because once you take something away, something else will fill its spot. Something that might be more productive, more rewarding in the final analysis. One other thing. What was I saying?
Final analysis. Don't be a shit weasel. Video games. Liquor.
How you doing?
I'm good. Nice to meet you. I'm
You're a
Cassius.
cute little guy, Cassius.
Yeah, thank you.
Listen, we're going to sign off now. Cassius
right.
and I are going to go and have a burger
All right. Sounds
with
good.
Randy
Oh,
Bobandy.
there's Randy. All right.
All right. Hi, Randy. Bring me a double, bud. Hold
Triple.
the Coke. Hold the ice. It's
John Dunsworth.
It's a
everyone.
pressure.
Thank you.
A
It's
real pressure.